Good pressure so far here on the forecheck. Nice read by Wasson. Now right here we have our triangle set up right off to the start. Ian does the right thing moving into the middle there. But right there, Wasson, we want to make sure that you start moving up the boards a little bit to become an option in case Ian gets a little bit of pressure. Got a little bit lucky there. And right here, Neil has good mobility with the puck here. Reading the space, moves it up. And this is our chance for the Gretzky curl. Okay, we already have immediate pressure there for Ian on with their defender and not Neil. Good step up right there, by the way, Neil. Greg, had pressure coming back down the middle. So if we do a Gretzky curl there, Ian, Greg can continue his run down to the corner. Neil will filter in to the defensive position up at the slot, and then we'll get that guy in the high slot somewhere. Loving the puck movement here, but at some point we need to make sure we're getting that shot off, but great patience. And that's a good look right there. In that situation, we did all the right things, just a little bit unlucky on the bounce with the bounces on the passes. But you guys did a good job being patient. Good job right there, Wasson. So make sure we communicate. So if you're going to stay on that guy, tell Neil you're going to stay on him. That way Neil can switch with you. Okay, we have good pressure here. Someone needs to press out and challenge this guy in the corner with the puck. Like, it shouldn't have to be Wasson in that scenario, guys. Getting good look. Nice pressure. Let's make sure we're not getting two guys pressuring the same puck on that note. Numbers are accounted for. Good back check there from Ian. Now Ian's going to stay on his guy, which he does. Perfect. Bring it back. Now right here, instead of looking to go back up the boards where pressure just came from, okay, now that's the right play, and that's not a bad play, but we can also look to go D to D cross ice as well. So if you rewind back to where you do that Gretzky curl back in our zone, if you look across over to Wasson real quick, that play is very open as well. Very good D here. Everyone's pretty much accounted for, but again, we need someone to win these races to the open pucks here. Okay, this is the second clip where the puck is squirted out into the corner on that far side, and they won the race to the puck there. We can't be having those. Again, we don't need two guys on the same puck, so recognize, Jason, that Neil's already there. Right here, someone needs to come in and help him. Great step up here from Ian. Now, that pass was okay, but Ian, you're coming down the middle into the high slot. That's prime scoring opportunity for you, so take that shot. Be a little bit selfish. A good read there, Wasson. Good back check from Greg. Now, one thing that will help you catch that pass a little easier, Neil, is to pull away off the boards even a little bit more. So skate away towards the middle of the ice. Keep moving up ice, but move more towards the middle, and that's going to give Greg an easier passing and able to get that puck to you. Okay, good read there, Jason. Way to win that battle in front of the net. Again, it's 1-on-2 here, Greg. Okay, that's no time to attack down the middle of the ice. Okay, we need to start recognizing when numbers are in our favor and when they're not in our favor. In a situation like that, when it's one of our guys to two of theirs, what we're looking to do is get the puck wide and especially try to set the puck up and wait for our forwards and other 2D to get into the offensive zone so we can start working on a possession style game. Great back check. See, right now numbers are in our favor, and now we can transition into the breakout. Good pressure. Now as Neil pressures here, we got to make sure that we're ready to come over and guard this guy. Okay, so Jason, read that a little bit quicker and pressure over quick. Nice D to D here, perfect. So what we see here is Wasson and Ian do a good D to D exchange. What happens there is that gets everybody looking the opposite way. The pressure adjusts, and then that allows us to fire it back against the grain towards the middle. Right there, Ian, I talked to you specifically on that play as well. Get your feet moving quick and move that puck over to Wasson right away. Good mobility here, Wasson. Now we have our step up, but now Wasson's got no help down in the corner. We got Neil and Jason in the high slot and in front of the net. Okay, we got to make sure we're getting that support where it's going to be needed. Right, everyone should be on that same page to where if we see someone coming in wide with speed, we need to be ready for that Gretzky curl, so that way we can adapt to whatever it is they do. And that's why we go over those X's and O's things, so that way we have a relative idea of where everyone's going to be. Okay, nice work here. We have our triangle, perfect. Okay, this is a little bit of a different scenario. Okay, Ian was up higher on the boards. Wasson ends up winning that battle down into the corner, and Greg's already in front of the net. So by default, we have our triangle. Wasson moves it up quick, and that gives Ian the time he needs to cut through the space and get to the net. Okay, boom, reverse cycle here. Now right here, Greg, go. As soon as you make that pass back down, cut, start slicing. Even if Ian can't get you that pass, you're already in a position to help support him. Perfect. Now right there we have good communication. Okay, it took a little bit long for us to recognize that play, but we had the D and forward exchange, a couple quick passes, and that actually gave Greg tons of time and space up at the blue line. So very good job, Greg and Neil, on that exchange. A little bit unlucky there towards the end. But now that we've done it and we've seen it here on the video, now we can start looking out for it and recognizing situations in which that play is going to be a good idea. So nice job. Kudos to you guys for running that play. One thing, one area they're beating us a little bit consistently is definitely through the middle of the neutral zone. They've laced a couple passes diagonally through the neutral zone. And they're right here, Jason. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. Keep pulling that puck out, Jason. Because what's going to happen is everyone's going to collapse down to the corner. Yeah, we get the goal. But everyone's going to collapse down to the front of the net in a situation like that, which is going to make traffic very congested for getting pucks through. I'm not saying that's not a bad play. Sometimes throwing the puck at the net is a very good play. But in most situations, let's pull that puck out to the corner so we can set up the triangle like we've been working on the past couple weeks. Boom, almost. So there's a second one. Wasson and Greg almost had another D forward exchange there. Big thing is we got to recognize the pressure that's going to be coming, right? If someone's pressuring the forward up the boards quite aggressively, we may not want to do that forward D switch, because if we get a turnover, the guy that's pressuring that winger as he comes up the board is going to be gone. We also want to see where that pressure is coming from. If that pressure is more on the board side, then the D can't come in for the switch. If the pressure is more towards the middle of the ice, then the D can come down through the board side because that lane is open. Okay, right here, number 6 is your guy there, Jason. Okay, if you see him right at the top of the screen in the high slot right now, that's your guy. We got to make sure we're finding that open man. But right now, you're kind of all over the place. We have to all make sure we're on the same page and we're calling out who we're covering. Because if one person starts running around, then another person will start running around, and then shit hits the fan at that point, especially in the D zone. Again, not a bad play to throw it to the middle, Jason, but let's start exercising the Gretzky curls. You're a fast skater, which is great. Start using that speed to your advantage to get yourself out of pressure with the use of those Gretzky curls. Again, let's move that puck D to D right away here, Ian, regardless if the whistle blows. Now right here, we don't necessarily have to just go back and skate around the net and make the play right away there, Neil. One thing you can do is just do a hockey stop behind the net, let our forwards come back, and then see where the pressure is coming from. Because if you're behind the net, they're going to have to pressure you one way or the other. Whichever way they press you makes it easier on you. You just go to the opposite side. So on the tomorrow night, tomorrow night, the next clinic, let's make sure that whoever's playing defense, if you have time and space, do a hockey stop behind the net, and forwards, let's make sure we're coming back towards the puck to become options. And then what's going to happen is the forecheckers, the guys on the other team, are going to be forced to have to make decisions based on our positioning, which would be which way are they going to pressure us, because whichever way they pressure us, we have an easy outlet out the other side. And so we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Okay, right here, Jason, stay on, actually, never mind, scratch that thought. You covered him. Good job. I think they scored, but regardless, we can't keep everything out of the back of the net. But that D was actually a little bit better. Again, let's get the puck wide. Okay, there's no need to go through the middle to make that pass, and either hit Greg as he's streaking across or just wheel it in yourself. But when we try to make passes down through the middle, especially that close to the blue line, turnover chance is going to be much higher. Because that guy that you're passing to, or Wasson in this case, has to slow down, because otherwise we'll be offside. Nice work. And right here, keep wheeling out of that corner there, Wasson. Okay, that's the right play, but keep your feet moving.